It is a sobering statistic. 60 to 70% of criminals sent to California state prisons will reoffend within 3 years of their release. That puts California at the top of the country's recidivism rate. In tonight's Focus on Solutions report, how San Francisco's DA is tackling that public safety issue with the concept of reentry by helping get the lives of first-time drug offenders back on track.
Thank you for calling Goodwill. Tyree speaking.
Tyree Richmond has a busy day ahead of her.
Yes, ma'am. It's going to be between the hours of 12:30 and 4 today.
As a customer service representative at Goodwill Industries of San Francisco, she handles more than 100 calls a day.
Good afternoon. Thank you.
And she schedules pickups and helps drivers with routes and directions.
Well, I did talk to Joan today, and she had...
It's a demanding workload this 24-year-old carries out happily, given that the alternative had her locked up and facing a lifetime of crime.
I was living from room to room with my son, so I was like needing to get some money. So when I had got into selling drugs, it was like fast money all the time for me. So when I got caught that day that I got caught, oh my God, I was scared.
Scared and facing a felony conviction for selling cocaine. But the single mother caught a break when she was diverted to Back on Track, a reentry program that diverts young, nonviolent, first-time drug offenders from prison back into productive life.
We charge them for committing the crime. They go to a courtroom and plead guilty because they did commit a crime. And this is about accountability. There's no fiction here. It's about, yeah, you did commit a crime, accept it, own up to it, and then let's talk about what we can do to change the circumstances going forward. And it's about success, and it's about accountability, not criminality.
The brainchild of San Francisco District Attorney Kamala Harris, Back on Track tackles what Harris calls the root of low-level drug crimes: education, poor work skills, and a lack of community commitment. The public-private partnership with Goodwill and a network of local banks, colleges, and businesses transforms lives by giving participants the life skills needed to make it crime-free.
Everyone in Back on Track is either full-time in school, full-time employed, or a combination. And what they're required to do is to meet all of the steps that we create to allow them to be productive and, therefore decrease the likelihood of them reoffending.
That means monthly training meetings on health care, finances, parenting, and above all, personal responsibility.
We fundamentally believe in this notion of a shared responsibility. We fundamentally believe that work can be transformative. Okay, work can be transformative, as is community service. So that's essential to Back on Track, is this notion of get them in a work-based experience, highly structured with a lot of support, and also get them back in the community, giving back.
Deborah Alvarez-Rodriguez, president and CEO of Goodwill, works closely with business leaders to place Back on Track participants with good-paying full-time jobs. Opportunities, she says, keep offenders on the straight and narrow.
Both the DA's office and Goodwill are adamant that Back on Track is not a social program, but rather a crime prevention program. They say that investing in reentry is both being smart on crime and also fiscally efficient, and they point to the numbers. Prosecuting a felony costs $10,000. Housing an inmate in the county jail, another $35,000 a year. But the cost of Back on Track, just $5,000 per participant.
And you've completed your community service, I understand.
Regular appearances before a judge remind participants that a jail sentence is just an infraction away. And success? Dependent on 12 months of hard work and at least 120 hours of community service.
Part of it is a re-socialization of these kids who feel they're outcasts, that they don't have a place in society. And it's just so satisfying when they graduate and you see them go away, and at least the last image you have of them is they are back on track.
If it wasn't for the program, I probably would have been still selling drugs and getting in trouble with the law.
Now, when Tyree completes the program, her conviction will be wiped away. More than 49 people have graduated so far, and the likelihood of reoffense reduced from 50% to under 10% for Back on Track participants. Now, if you want more information, go to abc7news.com and look under Focus on Solutions.